I ranked a brand new plumbing website #1 for its main term in just over 2 months. So I'm going to walk you through what I did to do that, and then at the end I'm going to share if it even matters. Does it actually generate more leads? So here's the keyword. As you can see, for plumber plus city, basically started at position 50, then just over 2 months jumped to #1. Now it's hovering around 1, 2, or 3. I imagine it's still going to move a little bit before it sticks. So to set up the site, I did some keyword research. So finding some high value, low competition keywords, right? So basically plumber plus city, the overall keyword volume is about 1,800 searches per month and cost per click is $25. So there's high buyer intent or high commercial intent behind this keyword. Site setup and design, I'm using WordPress with Elementor Pro. And because I'm mentioning this because I'm optimizing for conversions. So basically it's not just about ranking. I really want to generate more leads and specifically phone calls. So this is how the site would be typically laid out essentially on mobile. So strong CTA, opposite color. The color is opposite of the actual theme. So it's nice and bright and that's it. So you'd have some company description, company name, and so on. So that's the actual layout of the site. For SEO, basically like more technical and speed optimization, there wasn't a lot of technical work that had to go on because it's a brand new website. I set it up. I know how to set up a website, so there's not a whole lot there. But I will mention even using Elementor Pro, the speed is not that bad, but it's worth noting basically for overall UX and so on. So I'm using SiteGround hosting plus the SiteGround speed optimization, which comes with it. And this is the overall, the performance basically. I will mention for SEO optimization on the actual homepage, which you are ranking, I did optimize it with Surfer SEO. So I did use some additional on-page optimization for the main term. For content strategy and keyword research, the homepage is targeting the main term, so plumber plus city. So we're ranking #1 on the homepage for that term. And then because I do want to generate more leads, I did do a page for every service, and every page for the service is optimized for not only the service but also the location, so that specific city as well. I ended up with actually about 100 pages or just under. I might add a couple of more because I believe more pages will increase the chances of generating more leads basically. For link building, I built about 150 citations / directories. I created the social media profiles. So just the basic ones, basically like your YouTube, your Twitter, your Facebook, that sort of stuff. That was the initial link building that I did. A couple of weeks ago, I did add 2 guest posts in a shoulder niche, basically. So I believe that's actually what pushed it to #1. So that's the link building that I did. Pretty basic stuff. And even a lot of the citations were pretty basic citations that don't require any additional verification. Performance monitoring so far. So as you can see, this is a screenshot. I'm basically using Google Search Console to track most of the performance paired with CallRail, so I can actually track all the calls. So as you can see so far, it's got a total of 66 clicks and 39 phone calls. Now with the phone calls, a lot of these they're not actual leads basically. So I will mention that and I'll get to that in just 1 second. So it is important to note that I am actually tracking qualified leads, not just phone calls. So people that are actually interested in the service. A lot of these are people, soliciting, other services, marketing services, or it's just spam essentially is what it is, right? So, but it is getting some calls so far. Now the early results basically, so now that we're just coming up on month 3, so ranking #1, so as you can see the number is in 2 months. So far we have 8 qualified leads, and that's actually a couple of bookings on 66 clicks. The goal for this website is to get an additional 20 to 30 leads per month and keep that kind of ongoing. So that's kind of what the plan is so far. So I would say it's kind of mixed. It just jumped #1 a couple of days ago, so I think it's still a little bit early to tell. But really what I wanted to know, and I will continue to monitor, is the effectiveness of actually organic rankings. So because we don't have a Google Business Profile, I'm not ranking in the maps. Oops, there we go. I'm not actually ranking in the maps. This is strictly ranking #1 in organic. So far, it's not a huge spike in leads. So that's kind of the thing. I did hear a lot of people saying, oh, I can rank you on page 1. The point of this is that even if you're ranking on page 1, you're not going to get that many leads, especially depending on the term. So I'm pointing this out just to illustrate. I'm grabbing some screenshots of the SERPs for specifically like local services and especially like plumbers, for example. Ranking even #1 in organic is not going to be a huge game changer unless you're doing it across, maybe 100 keywords or so on. Most of the traffic is actually going to be taken by the map pack, so that just shows the effectiveness, in my opinion, of ranking in the maps. As an example, they're starting to introduce, you have like more and more ads, you have people also ask, you have more features like they're starting to promote more now directories and so on. So That's really the point of this, is just to see how many leads can I actually generate strictly from organic. What does number one actually get? So hopefully I'll be able to report back in a couple of weeks or a couple of months to, say I'm getting the 30 qualified leads per month. That would be a kind of a success for me. But either way, it's been a fun little experiment just to see how many leads I can actually generate. So if you have any questions on this case study, leave a comment below, or have any extra input. I'd be more than happy to hear you guys' thoughts on the actual results that you've been having with ranking in organic. Thanks.